our shirt on Teespring.
Here's my experience when I used to work for Doordash for almost 3.5 years, from 2016 to 2019. At first, it was a good company to work with. However, almost 6 months before I got kicked off, things went downhill. They kicked me off because my rating went down to 415. On top of that, they also lowered the pay rate for drivers. Initially, I was making $7.50 per delivery, but then the rates started fluctuating, sometimes as low as $2.50. The reason they gave for lowering the pay rate was that customers would tip more, but that wasn't guaranteed. During my orientation with Doordash, they claimed that I couldn't work with any other companies, which was unfair since I was a contract worker, not an employee. Additionally, I wasn't allowed to share anything about working with Doordash on the internet. While before joining, I saw many people openly discussing their experiences. The biggest problem with working for Doordash was that I would often get blamed for things that weren't my fault. Customers would take out their frustrations on me, but the real issue was how Doordash managed things. The restaurants weren't required to have the food ready at a certain time, and sometimes I would have to juggle multiple deliveries from different restaurants that were far apart. Similarly, the locations of the deliveries were often far from each other, resulting in a lot of back and forth driving. This meant I had to provide customer service while driving around like a fool. I could share more stories about my experiences and give more details if you're interested. Interestingly, customers would sometimes complain about me being late, even though I did my best to be on time. I would tell them that I was just a contract worker, and they should address their concerns to Doordash. I had no control over the company's decisions or policies. I even received a text once claiming that Doordash couldn't spy on me through my phone. Despite all the challenges, I managed to make some money through lawsuits against Doordash. After I stopped working for them, I quickly learned how to handle my own taxes as a self-employed driver. I could deduct expenses like oil changes and tires for my car. However, making enough money to survive required working long hours, and part-time work just wasn't enough, especially considering the expenses that come with using your own vehicle. Gas costs alone take a big chunk of your budget. This video is just a glimpse into my experience working with Doordash. If you're interested, I can provide more details later on.